Alright, I think we got it working now. Okay, so here's our notes for Algebra 2. We're going to go over cubic and cube roots today, or we're going to review them. Okay, so like always, just starting off here on Google Classroom to show you how to access the assignment, different resources, stuff like that. So here's this week. Okay, I have been having a little bit of technical difficulties, so as we look here at lesson 1, it is going to be reposted because there's an error. Okay. So yes, here we are at our live stream. These will be re-uploaded later. There's a copy of the notes available for you if you would like them. Please note that these are going to be the same notes as tomorrow, so meaning that if you want to watch an additional live stream or if you missed this one but want to be able to ask me questions, it will be there. Okay, so you don't need to follow along with both if this one works for you. There's both a paper and a digital version of each one. You can work through either of them and be sure to upload a photo of your work. Okay. Yes, you don't get full credit unless I see your scratch work you're thinking. Okay. And then the remote tutorial learning schedule shows you all the times I'm available. So here's our notes, here's the digital and the paper. So the issue and why this assignment is going to get reposted is that this one is only to where you can view one file versus everyone getting their own, and it's not something I can change right from here, so that's why I'm going to have to re-upload this assignment. And then currently this link is broken because the first stream didn't work. So when I rechange this assignment, it'll have the correct link there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started on notes. Okay, so we'll review a bit with transformation statements. So let's see. Here we've got -2 times x plus 4 quantity cubed minus 1. So let's see, that negative being on, so this says we have an a value of -2, a c value of -4, and a d value of -1. Okay. So an a value of -2 means it got reflected over x-axis. Let's get these down. And the fact that it was 2, so this is a vertical stretch by 2. A c value of -4, so this went to the left 4, and down 1. Alright, second example. This one doesn't have an a value, there's nothing out front, but it does have a b value of 1/2, a c value of -1, and a d value of -4. So this is horizontally compressed by 1/2. We went to the left 1. And we went down 4. Okay. Attributes. Determine the domain and range in x and y intercepts using Desmos. So, okay, so we're going to graph this thing, but not everyone has a graphing calculator at home. Like most people don't. But Desmos is a free website or a free app that you can use. We've used it from time to time. So I'm going to open up Desmos, desmos.com. Start graphing. Then I'm going to type in our first equation here. -2x plus 4 cubed minus 1. Okay, so let's see. We were asked to find, let me make this a little bit bigger, the x-intercepts, the y-intercepts, the domain, and the range. So starting off with the x-intercepts, there, -4.079, comma 0. So I'm writing that off on this little sheet of paper off to the side for me right now, just because I can't really switch back and forth too well with the handwriting. To find the y-intercept, let's see, the graph's going down, so I'm going to have to keep moving. Might help to scroll out a bit. negative 129. 0, comma, negative 129. Okay. If I want to go back to like the normal view, I can hit this little default zoom button. Alright, domain was the other thing we were going to ask to find. So let's see. It's going all the way from the left, all the way to the right. So all real numbers. And the same could be true about the range. From all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top. So all real numbers again. So negative 4, 7.94, and negative 129. Okay. And domain and range were both all real numbers, so fancy R. Okay, now we'll do the exact same thing with the cube root. So I do have to clear it off. Okay. Alright, so cube root of 2 times x plus 1 minus 4. Okay, so I'm just going to exit that guy out. So to type in a cube root on these things, I'm going to go down here to the bottom of show keypad and functions. It's similar on the app on the phone. You're going to look for the functions menu. And under miscellaneous, M-I-S-C, here's this guy, the nth root. And that's what we want. It's really similar to the inspires in our classroom. I'm going to type, let's put a 3 on the shelf. 2x plus 1 minus 4. Okay, so let's see. There's my y-intercept this time at negative 2.74. And my x-intercept is at 31. Alright, now I just have to figure out our domain and range. Domain all about x values. Let's see, it is starting all the way from the left and going all the way to the right. And range is about bottom to top, so starting all the way from the bottom, going all the way to the top. Okay, let me relook at those numbers. Negative 2.47. Okay. What was it, 31? Yeah. And again, all real numbers. Alright, so attributes. Using decimals. Okay. Clearing off. Alright, solving. Solve each equation. Note the answers will most likely be decimals, in which case we're going to round to 2 places. Okay, so let's see, in this problem, first thing I want to do is add over the 1. And get an in-between color here. Then I'm going to divide by the negative 2. X plus 4 cubed equals a negative 3. Then I'm going to take the cube root of both sides. This is similar to what we did 2 weeks ago? Yeah, solving radical equations. We're just solving cube equation this time. Okay, so then x plus 4 equals, now I need to figure out what that is. So I'm going to jump back over to, I'm actually going to use Desmos on my phone so I don't have to clear away the writing for a second. And type that in and see what it gives us. Some awful decimal. So the cube root, so I went to the functions menu just like I did with the graphing. And I typed in the cube root of negative 3. And I got negative 1.4422. Okay, then last step to get x by itself here is to subtract 4. Again, I'm going to use Desmos to help me out with that. Rounded to 2 places, negative 5.44. And part of the reason that we're going to get decimals of these things is that I arbitrarily picked the number 5. Like, I didn't really work through these problems to make them nice and pretty. Because most of the time with the assignment, since you guys are going to be picking random numbers, you're not going to get pretty answers either. So notes should be like the assignment. Okay, on this one, start off by adding 4 to both sides. This time I've got a cube root, so I'm going to cube both sides to get rid of it. Nine cubed, I don't know what that is off the top of my head, so I'm going to use Desmos to figure it out. 729. I'm going to divide that answer by 2. Get 364.5, and then I'm going to subtract 1 from it. And get 363.5. Alright, cool. And last topic on here, coming up with inverses. So clear this out. Alright, determine the inverse of each function. Just a second. Move that up. Thank you. Alright, so finding an inverse. So the first thing that we do is switch x and y, and then we solve for y. So this is going to be x equals negative 2y plus 4 quantity cubed minus 1. So I'll solve this for y. First step, add over 1. So I'll get x plus 1 equals a negative 2y plus 4 cubed. Then I'll divide by negative 2. So another way I can write this, which is going to be helpful for the assignment, is to write this as a negative 1/2 x plus 1 equals y plus 4 quantity cubed. Same thing, but it's going to help with the assignment to write it this way with finding the transformation statements for the inverses. So, strongly advised. Then I'll take the cube root of both sides. Remember, we're still just trying to get y by itself. Cube root, so we need to have the little 3 on the shelf. Boom. Alright, so second example, just starting from a cube root rather than a cubic, just to give you a different perspective. So I start off by switching x and y, then I slowly start to solve for y. So I'm going to add 4, get x plus 4 equals the cube root to y plus 1. Then I'll cube both sides. When I go to cube the side, it's going to be written as, in parentheses, x plus 4 quantity cubed 2x plus 1, 2y plus 1, sorry. Then I'll divide by 2. And just like the previous side where I had to like change it up to being a leading coefficient rather than just being like as a fraction. So we'll have 1/2 y plus 4 quantity cubed equals y plus 1. And then I'll subtract the 1 on both sides. 1/2 x plus 4 quantity cubed minus 1 equals y. There we go. That's the end of the notes. Like I said at the beginning, the notes are the same for today and tomorrow, so I'm just going to be repeating this live stream just so you guys can hear it again if you need to, or if you want me to ask any live questions, I'm here for you. Okay? Bye.